Welcome to Cabot Trail, Canada's most scenic highway. And if you think that this is gonna be your average highway, well, just judging by what's behind me, you don't know what's coming. This is where I'll be bringing you today, but first, let's see how I got here. Previously on Sprought. On September 17th, I am flying to Newfoundland for a 3-month cross-Canada journey where I'll be moving across all 10 Canadian provinces by train. My goal is to take you around the country and show you everything related to wellness travel in Canada. In Newfoundland, I got screeched in, partied with the locals, discovered a few strange named towns, learned about cod fishing with Captain Dave, and made a few new friends while ATVing along the coast of the province. After about 6 days here, I can confidently say, I love Newfoundland. This was a great province, but now it's time to go to the next province, which is Nova Scotia, where we're starting off on the west coast of the province, Cape Breton Island. But every destination always has a starting point, and so ours is right here. Now it's time to go and discover the Cabot Trail. Oh, it's so early. Wow, bro, you won't believe it. I just went for the craziest 3-hour run.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
What do you mean, what's wrong with me? It's just a mindset, man.
You know what I think of your mindset?
No, don't go back to bed. We gotta go hike the Cabot Trail. Come on, come on. "298 kilometers, winding roads, stormy skies, but just a few seconds later replaced with sunny skies. The Cabot Trail truly has it all, and it is arguably Canada's, if not the world's, most scenic drive. But despite it being known as a scenic highway, the Cabot Trail has a lot more to offer than just letting you drive across Cape Breton's coastline. In specific, let's start with Blackcove Beach. This is one of the more popular beaches, and as beautiful as this is and as nice as it would be to just chill on the sand, I think at 7 a.m. if we want to do the most Sprought, it's a mindset thing. We're not just going to watch the water, we're going to go in it. Of course, this decision was met with a little bit of skepticism.
It looks too dangerous, looks too deep, looks a little wavy out there. Better not risk it.
But if we don't risk it, how are we going to get the biscuit?
We could find a hot tub. I think the biscuit's about this. Is it not the same biscuit? Right.
No, it's not. After a quick change in the car, we were ready to stop shivering and get in the water. If every day, each and every one of us challenge ourselves to do one thing outside of our comfort zones, our world would look so much better. Neither of us had any desire to take the cold dip at 7 a.m., but when you prioritize your mindset over your fears, it creates some amazing things, which is why you should always do something hard every single day. You do that, you get 1% better each day, and you grow like crazy.
That is so much warmer than I expected. On the way in, it was freezing. It's like 12 degrees out.
It's gonna be a good day.
Damn, it's actually crazy. Time and time again, as I explore more and more of my country, I realize just how gorgeous it is. Now, you hear it all the time. Everybody says, Canada, oh wow, what a beautiful country. But when you're Canadian and you live here, you never really think about the extent of that sentence. Now, it doesn't matter where in Canada I find myself, there's always a good time for a workout, whether it's a forest, in the city, or here on the beach. After a light workout, soaking in some views, and heading back onto the trail, it was time to go and look for some traditional Nova Scotian lobster. Even though lobster season is in the rearview mirror, you can still find it on a lot of menus in the restaurants on the Cabot Trail and in different forms, some of which are a bit healthier than others, but nonetheless, you still go for it because life is so much more important than just food. So it's the culture, the experience, sitting in this type of restaurant in the middle of a small town and enjoying some local cuisine. This time, famous lobster chowder. That was incredible. And as much as I'd love to eat some more chowder and some more of these, we've got much more exciting places to go. Arguably the greatest part of driving through the Cabot Trail is that you can just go on any viewpoint like right behind me, soak in the amazing views that Cape Breton National Park offers. One could argue that the best thing to do anytime you get to a little viewpoint like this is not to rush and take pictures and take videos, but rather to be mindful of the fact that you will likely never get another moment like this.
Even if I did come back in the future, it wouldn't be just like this moment. There could be tons of traffic, it could be a hot sunny day. It would be a very different experience than this calm, peaceful moment.
The drive continues with a few more viewpoints found by moving through hills and zipping around the ocean. But on top of all else, you come to the Cabot Trail, you gotta do the famous hikes. So right now, we got the Skyline Trail, one of the most popular ones, and that is our next stop. The Skyline Trail is great because it actually brings you inside the Cabot Trail and gives you a different perspective on what the highway looks like. Of course, the viewpoint is at the end of a 6.2 kilometer round trip hike, and as I walk past a bunch of people, I figured I'd use this hiking time to have a little fun. Hey, morning. 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 Good morning. 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 Good morning. That made them happy. They all left. It made us happy. We left.
You've given them a bright spot in their day, and honestly, it's a bright spot in my day.
So as we've been traveling throughout the last 2 provinces, we've spent a lot of time in the car. And one really good thing that we've done to stay active throughout all these travels is find a national park and go for a hike. And on top of it, helping you to stay in shape, it also offers you some incredible views, just like this one. This is why you have to hike this trail. It's arguably the best point on the Cabot Trail to see what Cape Breton National Park's rugged coastlines, mountains, and winding roads look like. But with all of that wind, a few minutes at this peak will give you some serious wrinkles. So I'm making my way back towards the trailhead and moving on to see if I can find a place on the trail that will allow me to get a workout in. And as it just so turns out, I can.
Start with the classics, we'll show you the basics, and then we'll get into some of the more interesting ones that they have here. So of course, your strider, great for the glutes, the arms, you're using the tris, and the resistance is whatever you want to put on it yourself. Every gym has it, and it moves in a certain way where it's more of a running, but awkward running motion, where it puts a lot of pressure on different muscle groups that you don't traditionally use. I'm already sweating.
Just bro, you know when you and your boys are about to go out and you want to look bigger than all of them? Hop on one of these and just boom, pound out thousands of these.
Now this one has a dynamic lift where you are lifting your own weight. You're lifting your own self every time you push.
1,093, 1,094. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea why I'm doing it, but I'm having fun. Okay, not all of the activities in Dingwall's outdoor gym were unique. And so after getting a nice workout in, it's time to go and find some food in one of the many towns around the trail. Got mussels, little salad, Mike's got his burger. And to make any perfect night here a little bit healthier, we're having an organic beer. And we're about to enjoy our first full day in Nova Scotia. This is our Friday night, just grinding. Right, that's it, 8:40 p.m. Coming back inside so we can do a couple hours of editing. Not sure, we gotta wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
We're grinding, we might just pull an all-nighter. We're not gonna show you any footage. We won't film it just because we're busy working, but we're gonna be grinding and editing, emailing, businessing all night. So let's cut to the morning because we've got work to do.
What he said. This morning, I'm heading over to the town of SCENIC, which is just off the Cabot Trail, and it's home to a primarily Mi'kmaq Indigenous population. And here, I'm going to learn a little bit about their culture in relation to both health and wellness. Let's start off with a little bit of dancing.
Start off with your right foot in, hands up. You're gonna hold hands, and you're gonna try to dance into a circle. You throw your hands up in the air and you just go, woo!
After getting my feet moving, our teacher, Natasha, is teaching Mike and I about Indigenous medicinal practices.
This is my go-to medicine. It's bagosi, and you can smell it. Or you know when you have that itch in your throat, you know you're about to catch a cold? Yeah. If you take a piece of this, you put it in your mouth like a hulse, you won't catch that cold. And you know on Buckley's, right? It tastes awful, but it works.
Yeah.
This is where it comes from.
Now, one of the most interesting things I've learned is that most of the chemical compositions of things Natasha is showing us are similar to those that are found in generic medicines. This just kind of makes you think a little bit harder about where what you consume comes from, and makes you a little bit more conscious of just how powerful the things you find in nature can be.
So use your environment. That's it.
At the next station, I meet Dre and Ryan, who are two guys similarly aged to me, and they teach me about a practice focused on building mental clarity, which is called smudging. Now, the goal of smudging is to purify or cleanse the soul of any negative thoughts of a person or place.
Whenever we're feeling low, we like to smudge in sage, right? And the reason that, because it's a good cleanse for bringing the great energy and releasing the bad energy. So I just like to smudge my hands and then smudge your mind and smudge your head so you can think about great things. Also smudge your eyes so you can see positive things as well, right? And you can do your ears so you can hear positive things, and smudge your mouth so you can say positive things and great things as well.
But then Dre says something really shocking to me.
You want to smudge my back, bro?
I've never thought of saying something similar to this to my friends, and I've never had any of my friends say something of that nature to me.
But it's cool that two guys, when they're both feeling down, can agree that they'll do something in the forest, in nature, that will only benefit them and help them clear their minds. And I just think that we don't focus enough on our mental health.
Especially in November, when it's Men's Mental Health Month, we should be focusing on these things now more than ever.
It's really all about taking a little bit of time every single day to better yourself. And once you do that, you'll see in 6-12 months just how great you'll be. And of course, that's a mindset.
After making some homemade bread out of a fire and enjoying it with new friends, I started reflecting on my time driving across the Cabot Trail. While it is considered one of Canada's most scenic drives, its beauty doesn't necessarily lie in its landscape, but rather in the many stops and memories that you can make along the trail. We often find ourselves rushing to get thing after thing done in life, but if I've learned anything driving 300 kilometers across Cape Breton Island, it's that there is much more power in the journey versus in the destination. And so every now and then, we need to just slow life down. But that's actually not going to be the case in next week's episode, because there will be no shortage of picking up the pace. That's because I'll be spending the day with a 7-time world champion log runner. From teaching me how to use a saw, throwing axes, and battling Mike out on a log, I'll show you what one of Canada's most unsung athletic heroes has to offer. So make sure to subscribe for more, because this is just province 2 of 10 in this Cross Canada series, and the adventure is only just beginning. I look forward to seeing you guys back here next week for episode 2 of Nova Scotia, and as always,
It's a mindset.